and welcome to Robot Carnage. And just when you thought the Carnage couldn't get any more chaotic, we're here at Series 3. The robots are bigger, the weapons are more powerful, and the fighting has been taken up a notch or two. Let's get stuck into the action. As per the usual format, two robots will make it to the semi-finals. There will be two first round battles, the winners of which will fight for a place in the semi-final. The two that lost in round 1 will then fight for a second chance, where the winner will fight the loser of the semi-final qualifier for another chance to progress. Time to see who we have fighting tonight. The current champion Ice 2 returns to defend its title, wielding that huge axe which bludgeoned the competition on its way to victory, even taking out the previous champion's flatline. We also have Afterburner, seeded 16th for the title. Winning the Christmas tournament last year, they showed us why they belong in the arena. That front hinge flipper is powerful and able to throw another machine over and out of the competition. That's right, we are back for Series 3. Ice 2 returns to defend its title against a new generation of robots, and each of them wanting to take the crown for themselves. This also includes 16th seeds Afterburner. How will they fare in defending their title? Well, it's time to find out with the first battle of the series.
From Aberdeen, Ice 2.
Great things are expected from the champions. The two-wheel drive with a large axe and capable of knocking opponents over. But those wheels are a little too exposed for my liking.
From the Northern Isles, Blackout.
Really fast and wielding a vertical cutting disc. Can run upside down, so no worries about being flipped, unless it's unable to remain in control as it looks too fast for its own good.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
And what a way to start the Series 3 competition with Ice 2. Current champions, swinging around aimlessly but managing to knock over Blackout, and of course Blackout can run either way up. Ice 2 swinging the axe and hitting our barrier. You're meant to be attacking your opponent and nearly flipping it up and over, trying to avoid that cutting disc. And we don't know what it's capable of. First time seeing it, newcomers to the wars, and Ice 2 hitting into the base plate. But that seems to be a weakness. And I did think that earlier that Blackout might be a little bit hard to control. But Ice 2 managing to get underneath them and throwing them over. So Ice 2 at the front is lower than Blackout. And of course Blackout just aimlessly driving around, just waiting to see what's going to happen here. And Ice 2 coming into the back, managing to avoid that blade altogether. A couple of good hits onto the top armour. That's where the electronics are. Try and get to the electronics and you'll have stopped the machine. Slamming off the pit button. So Blackout thinks they might be able to get Ice 2 into the pit. Or maybe into the button again. Ice 2 slamming into them again. Hitting the weapon motor. Not sure if it's spinning, hard to tell. And really close to the pit, both of them. Nearly flirting with danger, controlling them. Ice 2 controlling Blackout with the axe, and now, oh, a little bit too close, and wait a minute. So Ice 2 went forward, nearly went in, and then Blackout, did it just drive over the pit? Yes, it did! One wheel over, and didn't even seem like it affected it. So what's going to happen now? More hits from Ice 2 going into the back, and hang on, Ice 2 has been stopped! The lights are out from the back and the axe blades! Ice 2 have been immobilised! Blackout has managed to take out the champion in its first fight! Oh, Blackout, they could go far.
Cease.
Major surprise there with Ice 2 having to face redemption after its first fight in the series. Blackout making it to the next round. Will the same fate happen to Afterburner in its first battle too?
From Dundee, Afterburner.
Winners of the Christmas special, one of the best flippers we've seen and really quick across the arena floor. But I'm not a big fan of that thin armour on the sides though.
From Tokyo, Japan, Deathgaze.
A claw axe weapon which fires quickly and then slowly crushes its prey. Fairly agile, but is it a little back heavy?
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
And Afterburner straight out of the start point, right across, making sure Deathgaze doesn't get a chance to do anything. Getting underneath, not quite managing to get under them with the flipper, but they are managing. Oh, they've managed now! Nice stylish flip from Afterburner, throwing Deathgaze onto its back. And I think Deathgaze is able to self-right. Or maybe not. It doesn't look like there's any life in that claw. And Afterburner pushing them onto the pit. And hitting the pit release button, and Deathgaze going down. Rather easily. Very easy win there for Afterburner.
Cease.
Flipped, pitted, and into the redemption ground goes Deathgaze. Afterburner will go on to face Blackout for that first semi-final place. Ice 2 will need to win against Deathgaze to get back into the tournament. But let's find our first semi-finalist.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Time to find our first semi-finalist, and both machines faster out of the gates. I'd possibly have to say Afterburner might be the fastest. A lot more in control, as Blackout seems to be just bouncing off of everything it can find. A bit like there, bouncing off of the pit release tyre as well. Going into the side, trying to get to those electronics. Still not a fan of that armour at the sides. Covering the wheels, yes, but not at the sides. It looks pretty flimsy to me. Especially against a weapon like Blackout, who is not really doing an awful lot, just bounced off of everything they could find, but like a bouncy ball. Not exactly what I was kind of hoping to expect. And oh, that's what I was hoping to expect! Excellent flip from Afterburner in the back and throwing Blackout over nearly out of the arena as well. But Afterburner knows that Blackout is invertible. You can't put it on its back for too long because it'll just self-right. So they're going to have to try and flip them out of the arena or maybe put them into the pit. And Blackout still a little bit out of control maybe, been flipped over again. Put back on its wheels, courtesy of Afterburner. Both of them close to the pit. And if that pit was open, one of them would probably be in it already. Another good shove from Afterburner. They know they can flip Blackout, but it's not really going to do anything majorly to affect them. A little bit more controlled driving there from Blackout, but not an awful lot. At least Afterburner is managing to engage with them, as Blackout seems to be just running backwards and hoping for the best. Maybe Afterburner will flip itself out of the arena. Another good slam into the wall. Both of them are coming together, and Afterburner hitting the pit release tyre. And down to the last 10 seconds, flipping Afterburner. Afterburner flipping Blackout even. And yeah, this one's going to go to the judges, and it's going to be very close. Not an awful lot of control.
Cease.
But it's down to the judges. We're just receiving the judges' decision, and it was a split decision. They've given it to Afterburner for having more control and aggression. Blackout will have another chance to progress against already disgraced Ice 2 or the Crusher of Deathgaze.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Didn't expect to see Ice 2 in the redemption round, but here we are. And Deathgaze managing to self-right, so we know it can self-right. so they've had time to fix the problems. Ice 2 hitting into the back, trying to go for that claw mechanism. And it's quite a snappy claw, and Deathgaze managing to flip itself on its back. It is definitely back heavy, which really is a problem for them. If they're driving forward, the front lifts up. Not the best design. I mean, it might be effective, but in this current battle, not at all. Ice 2, definitely the more aggressive here, hitting in, definitely hitting into the mechanism. It is so exposed. And Ice 2 definitely in control, pinning them into the... This is their favourite tactic. Pin their opponent up to the barrier and then use that axe to clobber them. The Deathgaze's axe now down. So they're not going to be able to grab hold of Ice 2 and actually do anything with them. And flip themselves up again. Ice 2 trying to get round the back. Another good pummeling. The claw slipping down and oh, they're nearly out! Can Ice 2 get them out? No! So close! Let's watch that again. Backed heavy, lifted up the front, Ice 2 took advantage, pinned them against the barrier, and then managed to get the axe in, hitting the front. Definitely a design flaw there with Deathgaze. Managing to right themselves again, but another barrage of attacks from Ice 2. This is what a champion's battle should be. Champion's performance from Ice 2. And now locked together. Deathgaze refusing to let them go, but they're going to have to after 10 seconds. They're doing it now. And again, Deathgaze nearly lifted over the barrier. Down to the last 10 seconds, we're going to go for another judge's decision. And I think when it comes to aggression, Ice 2 might have this one in the bag. Deathgaze stuck against the barrier. Judge's decision again. An easy decision for the judges with this one. They've gone for Ice 2. Hard luck, Deathgaze. Maybe we'll see you next time. Now for the last fight of the night. A vengeance battle this early on in the competition. Didn't see that one coming, yet here we are. Ice 2 will want to beat Blackout, meaning it'll have to face that spinning disc head on. Blackout ready to take out the champions a second time. Time to settle the score.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Can Ice 2 get the revenge it wants that it needs to get back into the competition, trying to tackle Blackout from the back again, go for the same moves as it did last time. But this time it's going to have to face the disc head on and not give Blackout an inch of space, because they may end up being switched off again. Blackout running away, Ice 2 chasing after them. Going for those wheels. They're a nice target for a cutting disc like Blackout's. Ice 2's exposed wheels, and it's hitting off of the barrier. Not the best of driving. But Blackout definitely trying to get away. Ice 2 missing with the axe. Blackout flipped up again. Ice 2 swinging the axe just aimlessly. They're really wanting to just hit something, and hopefully Blackout will be in range. And now hitting the top lid. Hitting into the electronics, trying to get to them. Bust the electronics and pin them against the barrier, nearly flipping them over. Though Blackout managing to do it themselves. Not an awful lot of aggression from Blackout. They seem to be running away this time. Unless there's a little bit of fear, and Ice 2's back was pretty exposed there, but Blackout didn't take that chance. Ice 2 pushing them. Oh, and nearly into the pit, and Blackout's in the pit! Great effort from Ice 2. They nearly went in, backed off, and then pushed Blackout into the pit. Fantastic display from Ice 2. The champions are still in the game and move on to the semi-finals.
Cease.
Ice 2 claiming victory against Blackout sends it into the semi-finals alongside Afterburner. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share and subscribe if you enjoyed the show. And join us next week where 2nd Seed's Petrify and 15th Seed's Mousetrap will find out who has the better control against Katrina and Arnold A. Termenegger.